CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Naja Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Following his historic arraignment on federal charges, former President Donald Trump told a crowd of supporters that he had, quote, every right to have the documents. He spoke to his supporters last night in New Jersey, just hours after his indictment inside a Miami federal courtroom. CBS News Miami's Nicole Lauren has the wrap-up of the last 24 hours.
Calm and quiet outside of the federal courthouse today, but it was a much different sight just 24 hours ago when crowds of people swarmed this area, both for and against the former president. Donald Trump addressing the public yesterday evening, making his stance on this indictment very clear.
Today we witnessed the most evil and heinous abuse of power in the history of our country.
Former President Donald Trump addressing the public at his golf club in New Jersey yesterday evening, just hours after he pled not guilty in Miami federal court on 37 felony charges.
This is called election interference and yet another attempt to rig and steal a presidential election. More importantly, it's a political persecution like something straight out of a fascist or a communist nation.
As Trump made his way to downtown Miami, he was greeted by supporters.
Trump is going to get out of here victorious.
USA! USA!
But he was also met with hate.
This whole country has been brainwashed.
Shortly after this interview, Dominic Santana ran into oncoming traffic in front of Trump's motorcade, and his costume quickly became a reality where he was handcuffed and taken to jail. Today, he bonded out.
I was stirring them, they were stirring me. That's what a protest is. Thank God we're in America, that we have the rights to protest, and that's what I was doing.
And he's not the only one who wants to see Trump behind bars.
If it were me, if it were you, if it were them, they would be in jail. Nobody would be asking, what do we think and if he should be arrested? No, the person would be arrested.
After a DNA swab, fingerprinting, and the hearing, Trump made a pit stop here at a South Florida staple, Versailles.
We have a rigged country. We have a country that's corrupt.
Ultimately, supporters of the former president think he will still come out on top.
There will be nothing done to him other than his phone numbers going up.
It's probably the worst day since President Kennedy and President Lincoln were shot.
Now his attorneys will have the chance to review the indictment charges and make any motions going forward regarding this case. I can tell you no trial date has been set so far, but do remember he was also indicted in the state of New York. That trial expected to go on in early 2024. In downtown Miami, Nicole Lauren, CBS News Miami.
So what's the next step in the legal process? Attorneys will file motions in the case, and that may include seeking to have charges dismissed or evidence suppressed. Trial date not yet known, but it could interfere with Trump's presidential campaign. The columnist who won her defamation lawsuit against Donald Trump will be able to seek more damages against the former president. Tuesday, a federal judge agreed to allow E. Jean Carroll to amend her original lawsuit. It's to include comments Trump made during last month's CNN town hall. Back in May, the jury awarded Carroll $5 million. They found Trump sexually abused Carroll in the mid-1990s and then defamed her by denying the attack. The amended lawsuit will seek additional punitive damages of at least $10 million.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look at beautiful downtown Miami, where it is certainly a midweek scorcher. Next weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler joins us now. Cindy, when will we or will we ever see relief this summer?
Oh, Naja, yes, we will get some relief down the road. But for the next couple of days, we're going to be dealing with a heat advisory where it will feel like it's in the triple digits. We're seeing that right now. We've got that here in Miami, all of the area for South Florida and Southwest Florida under this heat advisory. So if you can hear me, see me, you are included in the advisory. Heat, by the way, kills more people each year than any other weather-related hazard. So this is the real thing. Humidity increases that feeling of the heat, and the body works extra hard to regulate its temperature. So very warm overnight lows really, they don't provide any kind of relief. relief, and that's what we're going to be seeing with overnight lows around 79 or 80 degrees. It just doesn't give us any kind of a break. Right now it's 91 degrees in Miami. That sea breeze kicked in just a little bit. Look at Homestead. I'm not quite sure that's correct. We're having some problems with the measuring equipment there, so we're going to go with the feels like at Miami at 104. That's correct. Fort Lauderdale 103. Look at Marathon. It feels like 106 degrees right now in the Keys. All that juice, all that humidity. Just a few showers starting to develop. Now we've got the sea breeze front coming in. That provides a boundary. We also have little outflows that develop. So we're going to watch a few showers and storms develop this afternoon into the early evening hours. They will migrate from west to east like they do every single day. That's the flow. So we're going to watch them fill in here in Miami-Dade and also Broward County, and then they make their way toward the coastal areas, toward the metro areas. So here's your forecast, at least the model. This is at 4 or 5. Some of these showers will start to develop. This is a little bit overcooked, a little bit overdone, but overall we'll see a few showers and storms develop, but not near what we have seen over the last few days. We've got a little bit of drier air in here aloft, and again tomorrow with that drier air, although it is going to be moist at the surface, so it'll still be humid, but it will help keep our thunderstorm development at least a little bit reduced. Then this weekend, the faucet opens up again. We'll start to see more showers and storms. Look at that southerly flow kick in. So we go back to a very rainy pattern again by Saturday and Sunday. So going through Thursday, 1 to 3 inches possible. Again, this is going to be spotty here and there, not widespread. And our temperatures, as they go up, of course, the humidity goes along with it, and that means it's going to be a higher heat index as well. Nothing going on in the tropics right now, so we aren't concerned about anything at this point. Temperatures will be the concern, of course. With this heat, alert days again Thursday and Friday. Then this weekend, chances for showers and storms will go up into next week.
All right, thank you, Cindy. And speaking of that heat, right now, South Florida officials are warning of the potential dangers of rising temperatures. CBS News Miami's Ted Scouten tells us how to stay cool in the sun.
With the heat advisory today, this is the place to be. You can see lots of kids here enjoying themselves in the pool. They're having fun, splashing around. Not a bad place to be when that heat index is expected to hit at least 105. Here in Hollywood, children's summer camps are being moved indoors, leaving playgrounds and sports fields empty during the heat of the day. Miami-Dade putting out an advisory warning people of excessive heat. The Fort Lauderdale Fire Rescue urging people as well to be on the lookout for heat exhaustion and heat stroke, telling people to drink plenty of water and curtail outdoor activities during the heat of the day. Much more on the impacts of that heat advisory coming up at 5 and 6. In Hollywood, Ted Scouten, CBS News Miami.
Thank you, Ted. When we come back, Broward schools may soon have a new superintendent. The latest on the finalists next. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's Quickcast. House Republicans are set to release a preliminary report. It's on their investigation into the Homeland Security Secretary. It is the most concrete step they have taken towards launching impeachment proceedings. It is over Alejandro Mayorkas' handling of the U.S. border with Mexico. The House Homeland Security Chairman plans to release the panel's initial findings on Wednesday. The House Judiciary Committee would then decide whether to formally launch impeachment proceedings. The U.S. government announced Tuesday it is extending the temporary legal status of more than 300,000 immigrants. These immigrants were targets of deportation by the Trump administration. The 300,000 immigrants came from several Central American countries. It's to work and live in the United States under the temporary protected status. Hundreds of thousands of migrants from 16 countries currently qualify for this program. Broward County Public Schools says we are less than 1 day away from learning who will be the new leader of the school district. The 3 finalists are undergoing intense questioning right now. They are Lacata, Luis Solano, and Cito Narcisse. Tomorrow, the board will officially choose a new superintendent. Also on the docket, the Broward School Board voted to scrap its controversial clear bag policy. The move comes following intense criticism from parents during a town hall meeting. The rule would have mandated that students bring only clear book bags and lunch boxes on campus. Florida Power and Light customers will get a break starting in July. State regulators approved a plan that would reduce customers' bills. It's because of lower than expected costs of natural gas. FPL also plans to carry more than $103 million in projected fuel cost savings and apply that to customers' accounts in the year 2024. The chase for the championship is over in South Florida. Yes, we know it. Both the Miami Heat and the Florida Panthers fall in Game 5 to lose their championship rounds. Despite the tough losses, South Florida fans still support their teams.
So to see two ACs go and make it to the finals, to me, that's an accomplishment. So win or lose, ride or die, Heat fan, Panthers fan.
Oh, it's fantastic, baby. So the first time in a while, South Florida, as you know, watching the Heat, watching the Panthers. Now I'm hearing the Marlins doing pretty good, so it's fantastic.
It's fun to have like representation of our teams in like finals and playoffs and this and that, the other, and it's exciting. You get the bandwagon teams going and people ride here. It's Miami, you know, so they go crazy.
And we love it. Okay, even though the chase for the championship ended, we can still look forward to the arrival of Lionel Messi in Miami. The soccer legend is sure to get sports fans off their seats when he joins Inter Miami. And that's your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Hope your day is off to a great start. Stay tuned for more news right here only on CBS News Miami.